Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with Tottenham Hotspur. We are back a little bit earlier than expected because I didn't realise that we had the chance of getting into the Carabao Cup semi-final. That was the match against West Ham that was just after the end of the last episode. Obviously, we've won that match, which means today we're going to have a special episode. We are halfway through the transfer window. We're actually 6 days into the transfer window. So we're going to have Manchester City in the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg, and then Leicester in the league. Because it is the transfer window, there is a little bit of transfer business to discuss. Jack Clarke, the Leeds United right winger, has signed for us on a permanent deal. It was about £7 million, there you go, £7 million, potentially rising up to something a little bit higher, I think, or maybe there's some sell-ons or something like that. Anyway, Jack Clarke has signed. I've brought him in because I've kind of realised we needed some right wingers. Jack Clarke, I looked at and went, you know what? He fits the bill for the type of player that I like to sign, which is basically youngsters with potential that could actually be good enough to play first team right now. So Jack Clarke has joined. He's already played once for us in the FA Cup as well. He will probably not be playing too regularly. He won't be able to be playing against Manchester City today because he's already played in the Carabao Cup for Leeds, but he'll get a few games between now and the end of the season. We've also signed this guy, an 18-year-old regen called Rodolfo Ehrenberg from Scott Gallagher Metro. This is something that I always do at the start of every Football Manager save. If I have the MLS on, I will go to these teams and I will look at some players like João Pereira and go, is he any good? He actually looks quite good. And then what I'll do is you can just buy them. They cost absolutely nothing. So then I might actually try and sign this guy right now. There we go. I'm not very good at offering contracts, as you can probably tell, but yeah, he'll probably join us. Also, he's Portuguese, so he doesn't need a work permit. We have also sold Cypriot midfielder Jack Rolls. He's gone off to Cyprus. £195,000. Actually, not a terrible deal for us. He did play a couple of times in the Premier League this season. He's gone. Probably never hear of him ever again. So in between episodes, we are undefeated, and we have done so well in between episodes. We've not even conceded a goal against West Ham in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, a 2-0 victory. Looking at that starting 11, it was a mess. Considering the two goal scorers for us were Phoenix Patterson and Rodell Richards, you can tell that I played a very rotated side in that, and we were not lucky. We actually did really well to get through. Davinson Sanchez, superb in that game. Back in the league against Newcastle, a 3-0 victory here. Moira, Kane and Christian Eriksen with the last kick of the ball. And then 3-0 against Cardiff as well with a hat-trick from Harry Kane. Who else is going to score a hat-trick? Then against Bournemouth, a 2-0 victory here. Dele Alli and Rodell Richards came off the bench late on to score his second goal, I think, for the, or maybe third goal for the first team. And then against Swindon in the FA Cup third round, we win this one 4-0, much like the Carabao Cup matches. Big amount of rotation in this. Phoenix Patterson once again scoring a goal. Juan Foyth scoring twice as well. Harry Kane comes off the bench late on to score a goal. Vincent Janssen has returned from injury, played for about 60 minutes, got substituted for Harry Kane. Vincent Janssen wasn't very good in those 60 minutes. Obviously, the transfer window is still open. I'm not looking actively at buying someone. We don't have a large amount of money. We've got 12 million to spend. We're over our wage budget. The only way that I'm going to bring someone in is if someone else leaves. There is interest in Victor Wanyama if we can get a huge amount of money for him, because it is China that are after him. So if we can get like 30, 40 million for Victor Wanyama, then we might suddenly dive back into the transfer market and try and sign someone who's actually going to improve the squad. Before we get to the Carabao Cup quarterfinal, apparently the FA Cup fourth round draw is going to take place. We'll just do that quickly. So, we are going to be playing Premier League side Crystal Palace. Not the easiest of matches. And annoyingly, that match nestles right in between Manchester City and Manchester United. Well, you're not going to watch the whole match in the next episode, but you might see some of it. Here we go then, the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. Manchester City, we're away from home to begin with. The other semi-final is also not a particularly good one. It's Liverpool-Chelsea, so even if we do go through, the final isn't going to be an easy final. We just need to not lose, basically. That's my goal. If we can get a draw away from home and beat them at home, that is perfect. For literally every game in the Carabao Cup, we've been playing a very rotated side. However, because we're now close to possibly winning the thing, we're going to have to go full strength. So it's going to be Lloris in goal, Trippier, Alderweireld, Davinson Sanchez and Ben Davies. Sanchez is probably the only fringe player to be in there, because against West Ham, he was bloody ridiculous and definitely deserves to be staying in the starting 11. Eric Dyer and Harry Winks as the two midfielders, Moira, Eriksen, Dele Alli and Harry Kane as the front four. On the bench, no one particularly exciting. Oakley Booth is there, Troy Parrott is there as well, Rick Van Drongelen. We're basically sticking with some of the youths on the bench. Good job that I went full strength, because it looks like Manchester City are also going full strength. The only player that I don't know is this man, Muric, who is their goalkeeper. He's a Kosovan goalkeeper. He's been there since 2015 by the looks of it. He's good. He's definitely good. We do have form on our side. Like I said, since the last episode, since the defeat against Brighton, we haven't even conceded a goal, let alone lost a match. Also, I'm very glad that the people who decided to select the kits went, both wear the same colour. That's a great idea. When we played Manchester City early on in the season, they destroyed us, and I mean properly destroyed us. We barely touched the ball, let alone had any chances. So I'm hoping it is not anywhere near as bad as that. Sane with the ball for Man City keeps going. He's just running all the way through. Aguero one-on-one with the keeper. We're 1-0 down after 10 minutes. It's going to be like that, isn't it? We're just going to get battered. Mendy with a throw on for City. Dyer heads clear, but not far enough. De Bruyne across to Sterling into the area. Tries to cross it in and can't. And Winks can smash the ball clear. Harry Kane has no support at the moment. Moira is busting a gut to get in there. He does get in there. And Lucas Moira has equalised just 3 minutes later. That is a great run from Moira. I just watched him at the bottom of the screen. Just absolutely going at it like a steam train just to try and catch up with Harry Kane. Corner for City, De Bruyne takes it. Eric Dyer can clear only as far as Sane, back to Kevin De Bruyne. Tries to cross it in and does so, and Sergio Aguero gets there first. It's 2-1. We've played 17 minutes. 24 minutes on the clock. There's been 3 shots and 3 goals in this match. Sterling runs forward, plays it across to Sane. There's 4 in the box, crosses in, someone's gone down. It is going to be a penalty, so it's going to be 4 shots and 4 goals. Both goalkeepers really aren't turning up. Both sets of defence really aren't turning up. More so ours, I guess. The VAR is being called in to decide whether it is a penalty or not. I'm assuming it is. It is a penalty. It usually is a penalty. If it goes to VAR, it means it's going to be a penalty. Aguero is probably going to be the one stepping up to take it. He's already on a hat-trick, and he puts it into the bottom corner, and it is at 4 shots in the entire match, and it is 4 goals so far. Oh, it's 5 shots. Apparently Man City had one, which I didn't notice. Mendy with the ball, half an hour on the clock. Aguero across to Sane. He's going to cross it in. It's going to be 4, isn't it? It's cleared by Sanchez. Fernandinho, though, gets the ball. De Bruyne across to Kyle Walker, the former Tottenham player. Crosses it in. Aguero is there. It's 4-1. We're not even half an hour in. This is ridiculous. Trippier with a throw on for us. Sane gets there first. Now David Silva. Leroy Sane upfield towards Aguero, who has the ball, keeps running with it with his silver hair. Raheem Sterling, it's going to be 5, isn't it? It's gone through, and Alderweireld has managed to block it off for a corner. David Silva, no, it's De Bruyne steps up to take it. It's a powerful corner. Lloris jumps out and claims the ball. This is just not going well at all. Demand some more. There's another corner for City. Fernandinho is there. It's cleared. Eriksen now can smash the ball up further. Is Moira going to try and get involved in this one this time as well? Muric with the ball. Across to Walker. Back to the Kosovan goalkeeper Muric again. We're putting a little bit of pressure on them, but we're not getting the ball. Laporte to Silva. Across to Sane. And now Manchester City have managed to clear their lines, and they're going to do their little break forward. Sanchez cuts out the pass. Dyer and Alderweireld and Sanchez passing it around. Eriksen to Dyer. Winks in the middle. Dyer once again to Sanchez. We're passing it, but we're not going anywhere. Dele Alli forward to Kane. He needs a little bit of support. Tries to find nobody. Lucas Moura gets it. He's got Trippier to his right. He's come inside anyway. Harry Kane goes for goal, and Harry Kane has made it 4-2 on the 42nd minute. A goalkeeper. Why are we even bothering with goalkeepers? Because so far they've saved nothing. Half time then, it is 4-2 with Sergio Aguero with 4 goals, Moira and Kane with 2 goals. Right, what do we possibly do here? We're just playing really badly. Dele Alli's having an absolute shocker. I'm going to give him an aggressive team talk. Just get back into it. I want to see a much better performance. I keep needing to remember, this is 2 legs. This is actually 2 legs. We're going to bring off Dele Alli. We've got no left wingers on the bench. That's amazing. We're doing it. We're going Danny Rose. We're actually going to go with Danny Rose as a left winger and see what happens. 5 minutes into the second half, Sane with the ball in our area gets tackled by Trippier. Now Lucas Moura. What's happened here? What's going on? They're giving away another penalty for something. Kieran Trippier is being called up for VAR. Is it going to be a second penalty? It looks like it will be, won't it? It is not a penalty. Hold on. VAR doing something in our favour. An hour gone. We are not doing particularly well going forward, or really, I'd say defensively, we're doing awful, aren't we? We've got 2 subs to use. Do we do Sanchez off for Rick van Drongelen? Sure, we'll try that. Serge Aurier off for Trippier. I say off on for Trippier. That is all of our subs. We've still got about half an hour to play. Walker with a free kick. We've got 20 minutes left now. Sterling runs inside to Silva. De Bruyne. The Man City team is just so good on this. Walker runs forward to Aguero. Is he going to get his 5th? He doesn't get his 5th. Hugo Lloris has finally made a save. It is going to be a corner for Manchester City. De Bruyne goes over to take it. It's going to go towards the middle. It's cleared, and that is going to be a yellow card for Laporte, surely. No, just get away with that. Fine. Throw on for Benjamin Mendy. Silva. Across to Fernandinho. Sane with the ball. Takes on a few players, goes for goal, hits it wide of the mark. So the second half has been really, really dull compared to the first half an hour, hasn't it? Just get another goal. Show some passion. Get one more goal. And don't concede another. If we finish 4-3, that's not the end of the world. So far, we will need to beat them at home 2-0 if it stays this way. And it looks like it will be staying this way because the full-time whistle goes. It's a 4-2 defeat. That is pretty awful. I'm glad I played a full-strength side. Imagine if we played the kids. We would have lost like 9-0. In the other match, we actually did better than Liverpool. Liverpool lost 4-1 against Chelsea. So at the moment, it's looking like Manchester City versus Chelsea in the final. But there is still a second leg, which will happen in the next episode. Next up, we're back in league action against Leicester City, I believe, in just 3 days' time. Right, let's try and get back to winning ways in the league against Leicester. They are in inconsistent form. What did they just win? They just beat someone, maybe Southampton 2-1. Hopefully we can just get back to winning ways. I'm concerned about match fitness because obviously a lot of the players played in that last match, so we might need to play a little bit of a rotated side in this one. There's a little bit of rotation going on, but not a huge amount. So in goal is going to be Lloris, Trippier, Alderweireld, Vertonghen and Ben Davies will be the back 4. Dyer and Winks once again will be the 2 centre midfielders. Jack Clarke will come in for his Premier League debut. Paleo Marilla will be the advanced playmaker and Lucas Moura will shift over to the left-hand side. That's basically all the changes have kind of taken place there. Harry Kane will be the striker for this match. On the bench, Eriksen has moved to the bench. Dele Alli is also on the bench. Davidson Sanchez has dropped to the bench as well after the match against Man City. I don't think it was too bad. I think everyone was bad, actually. At 6.4, he was quite bad. Now, in the interest of it being a transfer window, there are a couple of players in that Leicester team that I'm actually interested in signing. Harry Maguire is one of them, but I think he might be too expensive. Also, I don't know whether he's going to massively improve the team. He's the type of player that I would sign if, let's say, an Alderweireld or a Vertonghen left the club, then maybe Harry Maguire would come in. The other one is Jamie Vardy. More as like a backup for Harry Kane, but I think for a backup he's going to cost way too much money. Plus, he is 32 years old, and I did sell Llorente because he was 33 years old, so I'd kind of be a little bit of a hypocrite if I tried to sign Jamie Vardy. Well, let's put the Man City match behind us, and let's try and win another game by goals to 0. Let's just not concede in this match. Trippier's throw finds Marilla. 16 minutes in, Trippier crosses it in. Lucas Moura is there. It is going to be a penalty. Albrighton has pushed over Moura. It's going to be Harry Kane stepping up to take it for his 22nd goal of the season, I think. Steps up and Kasper Schmeichel does a wonderful dive to save it. And that is probably going to be the end of Harry Kane's game. Davies with the corner. It's not a very good corner. Amati can clear it. Winks collects it though. Vertonghen, is that going to be the end of the highlight? It is. So Harry Kane drops down to a 6.4. And from this point onwards, he will be terrible. He's dropped down to a 6.2 and he's done nothing since, literally nothing. 6.1, what's happening? He's not doing anything. He's just playing really badly. This is something that always happens in this game. Marilla heads forward, can't find Winks. Tielemans back to Johnny Evans, all the way back to Kasper Schmeichel. Harry Kane closes him down, but doesn't manage to get the ball. Clarke now with the ball on his debut. Crosses it, finds Lucas Moura. He's one-on-one with the keeper. And Lucas Moura makes it 1-0. Jack Clarke with the assist on his debut. Hopefully, Harry Kane is now going to take a little bit of confidence from that and start performing. Because if he's not performing by half-time, he is coming off for Troy Parrott. He's dropped down to a 6.0. This game, the moment you miss a penalty, you're now the worst footballer in the world. 5.9. Well, we're 1-0 up at half-time, but the story, really, has been Harry Kane. I'm going to give him an aggressive team talk. I'm not happy with your performance today. Also, because he seemed motivated, Marilla got motivated as well. Wonderful. Right, you're staying on, because if you're motivated, you might do something. You've got until 60 minutes. 5 minutes in, Moira's throw. That got really confusing because I think Trippier was behind him off the pitch. Winks forward to Clarke. Clarke, where's he going to go? Finds Moira. Back to Winks. needs to play it forward, but instead goes backwards to Vertonghen. Marilla gets the ball. Dyer. Marilla once again. He's getting a lot of the ball, actually, Marilla. Harry Kane and Lucas Moura exchanging passes. Moura goes for goal, and it is over the bar. Throw on for Davies. Back to Winks, who's been booked since about the 6th minute. Forward. Moira can't get there. Marilla gets the ball edge of the area. He has to go for goal. He does go for goal, and it wasn't a very good effort, was it? Harry Kane, your time is up. You're coming off the pitch. It's Troy Parrott. Right. Harry Kane's going to get a fine. We're going to save ourselves £100,000 or £200,000 maybe. I don't know how much he's getting paid. We're winning only 1-0, but the big thing is we are winning, and I think Manchester City are losing. If everything stays this way, we will be just 5 points behind league leaders Liverpool, just 2 points behind second place Manchester City. We are still in this somehow. There is an actual highlight. Ben Davies goes for goal. We've got 3 minutes left to play. It is going to be a corner. Davies goes over to take the corner. Where is it going to go? Come on, Ben, take your time. It's towards the front post. Alderweireld on the volley from outside the area, hits it over the bar, and it looks like it is going to stay 1-0, and I'm okay with that. This is a type of match where we should have scored more goals. Do not be scoring a goal now, Leicester. Jack Clark can clear it only as far as Tielemans. Albrighton on the left-hand side, the corner taker, tries to cross it in. It hits Barnes, and the full-time whistle goes, and we are lucky to get a 1-0 victory there. Harry Kane is going to get a fine. Jesus Perez says it was disappointing. I agree, Jesus. He's getting paid £200,000 a week. Poor performance. I'll give you a warning. You're lucky to just get a warning, Harry, because I don't want to upset you because you are wanted by Real Madrid, I think. And they're the type of team that might come in for you. And if they do, I will accept £200 million. And Gareth Bale. So league table-wise, we are in 3rd place still. 4 points now between us and 4th place Arsenal. Manchester City drawing with Chelsea. Liverpool beating West Ham. So, Liverpool managed to pick up an extra couple of points there, didn't they? It is still, actually, it's only 5 points between us and Liverpool. That's good. That's really good. That is going to do it for this episode. Next episode, we're not going to go very far at all. It is going to be the conclusion of the Carabao Cup semi-final with the second leg against Manchester City. There's going to be a little bit of an intermission for Crystal Palace in the FA Cup, and then Manchester United in the league. 2 big games against the Manchester sides, and then, sorry Palace fans, a little match against Palace in the FA Cup in the middle. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2019 with Tottenham Hotspur. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And I'll be back next time with the 2 teams from Manchester, and hopefully we can keep our quadruple hopes alive.